Okay. I think it's a recording. I'm not sure.
Record? No, it's not recording.
It's not.
Yeah, yes, it's
It's
recording.
recording. Okay. Okay, good. So, hi, welcome everybody. So here we have Lopa Shigaki. She is the
Everyone.
she's a world renowned plant scientist, Dr. Shigaki's wife, and I'm so happy that we finally are able to have you here and get to know you and your background a little bit more. And the reason why I bring Lopa over here is because she has this just beautiful romantic love story that I heard about when I was working for Dr. Shigaki. And I've always wanted to know more about their love story and what happened, because then Dr. Shigaki moved. He
Yeah.
We were in Houston in the lab. We were working for the Baylor College of Medicine, and then eventually he moved overseas to be with his. Were you engaged at the time, or you were married?
Yeah, we got married at that time.
Okay. Oh my God.
When he moved from
Oh,
US.
okay. That was so beautiful though, because I remember when we were chatting in the lab while we were waiting for things,
Yes.
he was telling me how just incredibly long the immigration process would be for the fiance visa.
Oh,
So
yes. Yeah, especially for developing countries like India,
yeah,
we had a lot of problems.
wow. So how long did you actually have to wait once you got engaged? Like, how long have
Um,
you waited before he
uh,
moved?
Actually, we got married. We and After marriage, about
Yeah,
5 years, we had to live apart.
right. Oh, how
Yeah,
come?
for 5 years we were living apart,
Yeah.
and he was in Houston, and I was in India.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. Okay, so at the time when he was talking about you, you were actually already married at the time.
yeah, we were married. Yes, that's true.
Okay.
In 2006, we got married. September.
Okay. So how long did you guys date?
We didn't date actually. we met we met through matrimonial website.
Okay.
In India, back then, people didn't date often. Like
Okay. That
and
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, so I met him through matrimonial website,
Mm-hmm.
and then we used to write to each other
Oh, yeah.
often email.
Really? Email
Yeah.
or online chatting or calls?
Initially, it was just email.
Okay.
He used to write to me, and I used to write to him.
Aw.
So initially, it was just like once in a week or something, and then slowly it became frequent,
Yeah.
and then it became every day. Every
Oh.
day it
So
became like
how quickly did that happen? From like once a week and then to every day?
uh, in matter of few weeks or
Few
so.
weeks. Okay, would you say
So,
less than 3 months for sure?
yes, less than 3 months. So, like
Okay.
he used to write to me, and yeah, and he would wait for my response, and then he would write again. So
Okay.
ini-
Oh,
initially, I wouldn't respond so quickly,
yeah.
but then I started responding. I got a habit of knowing him, and like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's such a nice person. So I
Oh,
started enjoying writing email to him.
yeah.
So
Okay,
every day.
so is this website as similar to the American dating website? Do you get a lot of suitors courting you, or do you talk to different people in the beginning, or you kind of pick someone and one at a time?
We can pick as many person and know them, and
Yeah.
so usually I wouldn't pick anyone, but I would get some ID,
Yeah.
and like I'm interested in you or something like that. So
Oh,
then I would just respond after some delay, thinking whether this person is right or not, and then I'll reply to them.
well then how do you know? How can you tell if someone is right for you or not so quickly and without meeting them in person?
Yeah, like it'll take several exchange of emails,
Yeah.
uh, and how the person is, there is some kind of instinct in female,
Yeah.
that we can know this by the way the letter is being written, how
Yeah.
concerned the person is, how caring the
Okay.
person is. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's how one comes to know, like, how whether the person is interested in you or not.
Yeah.
Like, one time what happened was I lost my password. Like, I changed my password, and
Mhm.
then I forgot the password of my email.
Okay.
But fortunately,
Mhm.
I knew that he was working in Bela College of Medicine, and I just wanted to check whether he is a genuine person,
Right.
or
That's
whether,
smart. Yeah.
whether there
You
is
gotta
some
do
kind
that.
of. So I checked, made a back. Kind of, did a little bit of detective work, looked at his
Good. Yeah.
profile in Bela College of Medicine website, and
Yeah.
saw him, and oh, okay, this person is genuine. And
Right.
so since I lost my email,
Mhm.
I made another email account, and then wrote to him through, in the Bela College of Medicine account.
Yeah.
And I wrote to him that, I'm sorry, I forgot my password, and please, from now onwards, we'll write in this email.
Mhm.
So immediately he said that he sent his house address, his
Oh.
office address, his
Oh.
mobile number,
Oh my goodness.
his phone number.
Yeah.
So that, that unfortunate incident made, it became good for me, because
Right.
I came to know that he's genuinely interested
Oh.
in me.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So then I started, my email started increasing, like, I used to write daily.
Yes.
So that's how
Oh.
I came to know.
Okay.
So
So
there are some minute things, that you one needs to see through that,
okay. Like
whether
what
it's
kind of
real
minor
or,
things?
yeah.
Yeah, what kind of minor things were you looking for? Were you looking for some red flags or you're looking more for positive things that you know you wanted at the time?
uh when we wrote to each other, we
Mhm.
wrote about day to day life, like, every day,
Yeah.
what we are doing, and like, oh, I went and met this person and that person.
Mhm.
So when he wrote, when wrote the email, I would read all this, you know, um, what was I saying? So he would write this kind of very warm messages. So,
Yeah.
one would know from that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to say that, but that's how you you know that, okay, this
Okay.
person is really a good person, and
Yes.
so
Okay.
yeah.
But
But yeah. So uh, I was always uh, skeptical
yeah.
whether, this person is really genuine or not. So, or maybe he's just trying to
Yeah.
just send email to me, just like a pen pal or something, because
Right.
he didn't write anything romantic in his email.
Oh, he didn't?
No, we never.
Oh.
Me either. Like, I never wrote like, oh, my handsome, some prince or something like that. I never wrote any such thing, and he never wrote. I think we were past that age, We were like
Okay.
quite so quite that past the teenage years.
Right.
So
But
we
so
were.
how old was Dr. Shikaki at the time?
I think it was like 44 or something, and
44. Okay.
yeah, and I was like 27 or something. 20.
Okay. Because
So
there's just a lot of online scams, right? I mean, it can happen
yes,
anywhere in the world, and you just
yes,
never know. And
yeah, that's
I I want to use this opportunity to sort of use your experience, perhaps to to inform other women who is going through the long distance dating or online dating, and they're
yeah,
meeting people from um, other areas of the world. And
yes,
but one thing you mentioned that was really significant is that you notice Dr. Shikaki never tried to woo you with
yeah, no,
flowery words,
no,
right?
never, never. But that doesn't mean that those who are wooing with flowery words are not genuine.
Okay.
What I mean to say is, we were past that age, and like you know, uh, more uh, practical and like everyday life. We were just writing, and that's a certain love in that. It's a
Okay.
very subtle kind of.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
a very subtle person. Yeah.
Yes. Well, but
Yeah.
so did he tell you anything that's like um from his childhood? Did he share with you, his
Yes.
past? Okay. And
Yes, he used to, and I was very much curious because he's a Japanese,
yes.
so I liked Japanese Japan so much, and like I thought I was always curious about that. So
Right.
I would ask him all sorts of questions about Japan, and like he would ask me about India, and
Hmm.
he was fan of this. Hindi movies, and like he loved to watch Hindi Hindi,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
especially of that particular actor called Rishi Kapoor.
Okay.
Uh, so he loved to watch his movies, and he would tell me that, oh, I watched this Bollywood movie.
So he had and he was already having an interest in the Indian culture before he started talking to
Yes,
you.
yes, he had many Indian friends. So
Oh, okay.
that's how he came to know about. And they said that get married to an Indian woman. So I don't know whether it's a good thing or not, but
Oh my,
they advised him.
I'm sure it's a good thing. It turned out to be fantastic. It was a brilliant idea because it just seems like you guys have a really, really wonderful, loving, respectful relationship
Yes, that's
starting
true.
from the beginning. And
Yeah,
then,
that's true. That's
yeah,
definitely there.
yeah.
So, uh,
Oh.
definitely, whatever Toshiro says to me, I
Mhm.
always listen to it, and he
Okay.
also respects me so much. So I am really happy that I
Oh,
got married to this person, and
okay. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm really, really glad.
yeah.
Dr. Shigaki is such a great person. So he really
Ah,
definitely
yes,
deserved a good woman like
definitely,
you by his side.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah. So how long did the first visit happen? When was the first time he visited
So,
you in India?
so we were sending email for about 8 months or so, and
Okay.
then he visited India. He said that he's interested in visiting India,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the first time that he mentioned that I see in you. He wrote that I see in you potential life partner. So
Oh,
that's all he wrote.
okay. So,
So then, what do you think about me? So I also wrote to him that yes, I'm interested in him, and um, then that's it. He didn't write too much, lovey-dovey things,
Yeah.
but this is all he wrote. And then he came to uh, India,
Okay.
and I met him.
Yeah.
I told my boss that I would need a few days holidays. I
Mhm.
think he was going to stay with me for 4 days or so.
Okay.
So
He
I
stayed at
said
your place or he stayed at a hotel?
he stayed in a hotel.
Okay.
Yeah, we our house was very too small for her to have a guest, and
Yeah.
I thought that since he is from USA, okay, I should make sure that he should stay in a very comfortable place, and arranged everything, like,
You
so
arranged everything.
yes. And
Oh.
I had decided that the time that he would, whether he gets married to me or not,
Mhm.
I will receive him as a friend,
Oh.
from USA,
Yeah.
and like a guest. He is my
Yeah.
guest, so I will make
Okay.
sure that from the time that he comes to Ahmedabad, that's the city where I live.
Yeah.
I will pay every little things, and I'll not he'll be my guest.
Oh my
so,
goodness. Well,
so
but
yeah.
did you insist? Like, did you talk about it? Was that agreed upon before, or you just decided like that's what you have to do for him, and he just kind of like, okay, I'll just go along with it.
That was a feeling from my side.
Okay.
I didn't tell him, like, it was like, oh, I'll be a good host to him,
Yeah.
like. And so when he came, I took him to the hotel, and
Yeah.
in fact, my boss asked me, oh, would you like, today I have brought the driver, and would you like to go in a car to receive him?
Oh.
So I said, no, I don't want to have a kind of
Yeah.
false kind of things. I'll
Mhm.
pick him up in my scooter,
Okay.
and so when he came, I picked him up in my scooter and took him to the hotel.
Oh. Okay. So question. Um. So he didn't say he was gonna get the hotel. Like you insist on getting him the hotel.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
He didn't know. He was saying, oh, what arrangement? I wonder if there is any good hotel or not.
Mhm.
And then I told him that no, I have made arrangement. Don't worry.
Oh.
Please come and visit, and don't worry about anything. I have made
Okay.
all the arrangement.
Okay, but is that
Mm,
the Indian culture or is that
yes.
if you're dating someone, is that
No, that's not like, that's Indian culture. Like, when a guest come,
okay?
one has to treat them like a god. Atiti
Okay.
devo bhava. That's what we say. So
Okay.
guest is god. So
Okay. Very interesting.
I wanted to make sure that he's treated very well. And I
Oh,
told my parents also about
yeah.
him. And, they were like, they are not so conservative. I mean, they were not so, what is called, narrow minded.
Yeah.
So they were happy to hear that, oh, some person is coming to meet me.
Oh, okay. How long did he stay? How many days?
He stayed for around 4 or 5 days.
4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he went to Bhopal, because he had already prearranged, in
Mhm.
such a way. So he went to Bhopal as well, and then he returned, and then he was saying that, oh, should I stay in Bhopal? I said, no, why don't you come back? So
Mhm.
he came back again. He
Oh,
booked the tickets, and he came back to Ahmedabad, and I was very happy that he came once again. I got a chance to meet him.
oh. So
And
when he came back another time, the second
yeah,
time,
yeah.
did he treated you more like a boyfriend and a girlfriend,
Yes,
or you still
yes,
treated each other like a friend?
yeah, that's true. That's when he had already proposed me, and my family already knew about it.
Oh,
So we
oh,
had got engaged, and so then it became very personal.
Okay, so how long did it take before he proposes? Before he proposed?
Uh, he came and then he waited till the last of the no second last of the fourth day the the day we I had arranged that we'll go to this ancient excavation site called
Okay.
Lothal. So that is a very old so I always wanted to see it, and I never found time. I was very
Oh,
busy. So I took him there, and then he proposed me.
okay, so let me get it straight.
About
The,
3 days.
the chronological timeline. So it was on the last day of his first visit.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
You see, he came here. He came for 4 or 5 days, and
Yeah.
in nearly the last second, I think on the third day, I think he
Okay.
proposed me. And after and on fourth day or so, I told my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. That's so
yeah,
romantic. But
yeah. Yes, it is.
did you really truly feel like you knew each other by then? Like because most of the time you were apart from each other. How do you know you actually can truly get along? Like no fighting, this person is not pretending to be a certain way. How do you know just by the in-person interaction for only like 4 days, and how can you be
You
sure?
know, I had we were interacting for exchanging emails since 8 months. So basically, I knew him at that time. Like whatever he wrote, and when I met him, that made a big you know, impact. He was very polite and very nice,
Yeah.
very subtle in his.
Yes.
And the first time that I realized that I really wanted to get married to him was when I took him to the for a dinner,
Yeah.
and I accidentally, we crossed over each other. We dashed over each other,
Yeah.
and he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to. Like he was
Oh.
explaining it and so politely, and the way he was handling me, I was like, oh wow, I
Oh.
should get married to him.
Oh.
That
Okay.
was the first day and then
Yeah.
I started forgetting things. I started losing my keys and my bag, and because whenever he was with me, I was like so lost in him.
Yeah.
That was the first time I felt. So till that time, I wasn't so much um, anxious to
Yeah.
marry him or like.
Right.
Uh, but when I saw the way he was treating me,
Mm-hmm.
definitely I became a really I thought that, oh, I hope he proposes me.
Oh, but okay, so in the United States, in the when we date, okay, in this
Yeah.
culture, when
Mhm.
we date, we always feel like the guys are typically really, really nice. They're all really, really kind and nice in the beginning. And then
Yeah.
they would kind of, once you're his, or you're serious, and then they start losing that gentle touch, that
Yeah.
respect, or that kindness, that much care or
Mhm.
romance. They start losing it. So weren't you afraid that maybe he was so nice to you because you were still, you're not in his life all the time?
Um, uh, yeah, there are such things, no? Like initially when someone meets for the first time, they're always nice, and then you come to know that, oh, this is not a good person or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, but where whatever he wrote in his email,
Hmm.
he meant it, you know.
Okay.
So I was very much what is it called, skeptical, or
Mhm.
I never believed so
Oh,
easily
you never
anyone.
believed
Yeah,
him, and he's
yeah, yeah, I no, not in him, but
oh,
other other
okay.
proposals that used to come in.
Oh, okay.
I never used to believe whenever some guy would come and talk to me, or
Yeah.
I met someone, I was always negative, always negative.
Oh.
I never thought with my. I used to very carefully think, like, there was this one person
Yeah.
whom I met, and he came straight to my office. You
Okay.
know, he came to one such guy. He came to my office directly and met me and said, "Oh, I want to meet you. I want to talk to you." So I
Oh,
was surprised.
right.
There are,
Being
and
so
then
aggressive.
someone who, there are very subtle things like, um, the person would just sit down on the table but not pull a chair for me or something
Right.
like that.
Okay. Yes.
It shows a lack of interest, lack of what is called love or respect you know
Yeah.
so there are very subtle signs in such a way, the way
Okay.
a person would talk. One
Right.
would know that very
Okay.
easily. If a woman stop thinking by heart too much,
Yes.
for initial few dates, one
Mhm.
has to be very careful, know how the person is talking, and uh, think very well.
Right.
That's there are very subtle things that will indicate that this person is not right.
Okay.
In fact, I helped my friend also. One of my friends, she was going to get married to one such guy, and
Yeah.
uh, he wasn't good for her because
Oh,
she was paying for everything. And then I told her, please don't do this. You are
yeah.
you are you are on you are with the wrong person.
Yeah.
So I
That's
warned
not
her.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, a person might be good, but not one can't pretend for a long time.
Right.
That's the that's the thing.
Yeah.
So, and if one lie is found out, it
Hmm.
means that that person is lying often.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. So if you find the person lying or something, then one has to be very suspicious.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Fortunately, Toshiro never ever told any such things like what he said, he meant it and he
Yes.
did it. Like
Yes.
that's
Yes.
how it.
That is so true. Well, so there were nothing negative about Dr. Shigaki when the whole time you were getting to know him, or even in person. There was nothing that made you feel like wonder.
Yeah,
I might not like this too much.
one thing I noticed was he didn't laugh a lot. Like, he didn't smile or he didn't laugh a lot. Once I cracked a joke, something, there was some uh, cobweb on his sleeves, and I removed it and I said, "Oh, you are a Spider-Man." And he didn't laugh. He was like he wasn't didn't react to so well. So I thought, oh well, I cracked a wrong joke, maybe. So that's how I came to know. Okay, he doesn't smile a lot, but he's a very good person. He
Yeah.
doesn't. He's very
Right.
subtle in his
Okay.
uh,
But
behavior.
there are other good men, right? It's not possible that he's like the only good man out there, right? So
Actually,
what makes him so special?
no. Actually, he was really, out of all the men that I had
Yeah.
met through this matrimonial website.
Yeah.
Definitely, Toshiro was the best one,
Oh,
and and not just that.
yeah.
What I wanted in a man,
Yeah.
he had all those things. Like,
Oh,
I became very much, once you cross 27, 28, one becomes very choosy.
right. Yes.
While selecting a person, you become very much what is called stubborn or something,
Yeah. Yeah.
choosing a person.
Yes.
So um, that's how, slowly, as I saw him, as I met him, I
Yeah.
understood that he's everything that I wanted in a man.
Ah.
Only thing he lacks is sense of humor. He doesn't laugh often. He
So,
doesn't
so,
laugh.
but then you thought about it. You thought about it really well before you met him, like what kind of man you want and what kind of man would get along with you.
Yes.
You did.
Yes. Actually, yeah. So the kind of man that I wanted was someone who would be loyal to me, at least,
Right?
not
Yeah.
like
Of
someone
course.
who is like looking there and looking here at the
Yeah, yeah.
woman.
See, no girl likes that, right?
Oh, nobody likes that, and
No.
men shouldn't do that. Men also shouldn't do that.
Right.
Like it's an
Exactly.
insult to the girl you are with. So if you see such a man doing that, it's better to just uh, stop dating such
Ah,
men.
well, it's so common here in the United States. It's like you it's like I don't think you can actually find someone. Maybe you can, like Dr. Shikaki who was here,
Oh,
but
no,
it's
he never
really,
does.
really hard, right?
If I find such a man who is like looking at other, like not just looking, but like really staring at some girls
Right,
or
right.
something, I would never ever look at them back,
Okay.
because
Yes.
I when it means that that person is not interested in you, you
Right.
know even for a second, the person is looking at that, like staring, really staring at that
Yeah.
other girls. That is big no no. And
Okay, so you're talking about really staring. You're not talking about
yeah,
just
like
eyes wandering around.
no, just looking around is like it's okay, but
Okay.
like really looking, a woman knows, no, like
Yes.
when a man is looking at other girls, you can know that.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we don't like that. We
Mm.
don't want that kind of.
Yeah, and eyes tell everything,
Mm,
so when you see that that person is looking at other girl, definitely you should not think much about that person then,
right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
because that person doesn't respect you,
Right.
googling at other girls. I don't
Right.
like it.
I agree with that. Yeah.
I too, I became very much choosy at that time. So if
Oh,
any
good
man
for
looks at
you.
other
Good for
girls,
you. And that's how you found the right man, right? You
yeah, that's
waited,
true.
you
That's
trusted
true.
your instinct, and then
Yeah.
you know what you wanted and you waited. You didn't accept anything that you didn't want in a man.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
He really respected me, and there was no like. He was very humble, down to
yeah.
earth, not so proud of himself or
Yeah.
his education, or he was never like that. And
Oh,
we made each other comfortable,
yes.
uh, he was also very nice to me, and I was also making sure that I will be a good host to him.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's wonderful. So pretty much it took about 8 months for him to propose, right?
uh, After 8 months of writing email to
Right.
me,
Mm-hmm.
he came, and he had already decided that he
Okay.
will be marrying me.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, he had decided that he'll marry me.
But
And
how did you guys even know whether you have chemistry? Like there will be
uh,
mutual attraction.
like we used to chat, and uh, initially it was just email,
Yeah.
and then we started chatting with each other just before he planned to come to India. We decided that okay, let's have a chat.
Yeah.
And, at that time, back then, there was this Yahoo Mail, that messenger.
Yeah.
Yahoo Messenger was there. So
Oh, so you
that's
never,
how.
but did you video chat with each other?
Yes, we video chat
Okay.
and started talking, and like for long hours we would be chatting, like about 4 hours or 5 hours we would be sitting and we'd be talking with each other about
Um,
our lives, and whatever he wrote in his email,
mm-hmm.
that that was the person that
Yeah.
was there, with whom I was chatting online, and
Yeah.
the same person was there when I met him
Oh,
uh, face to face.
yes.
So there wasn't any difference in
Okay.
his character or what
Right.
he said.
Okay. What about in the future, once you've married and once you've lived with each other for a long time? Are there any changes that you feel like, oh, I didn't know he was like that? What are some
Definitely,
things that you felt like, oh, I had no idea?
there are always changes that happen in a relationship,
Yeah.
like as a lover, or after you get married,
Hmm.
and once children are born,
Yes.
and then everything changes. You see, the woman starts focusing on the children
Hmm.
and giving less attention on the husband.
Right.
So such things are natural, and the changes happens, and one has to be flexible enough to accept all these changes.
Right.
So even now, when my husband, I, and my daughter, we go out for walks,
Yeah.
my husband pays more attention to my daughter,
Right.
and
Yeah.
I accept that,
Yeah.
because that's the changes. As a parent,
Right.
we change, and sometimes I give more attention to my daughter than
Yes.
my husband.
Of
So such
course.
things are
Yeah.
do happen, and these changes we have to accept it. That doesn't mean that the person doesn't love us, or
Right. Right. Yes. I
because
agree with that
these
100%.
changes have happened.
Hmm.
We have our own certain priorities, like maybe get busy in work or get busy in raising children.
Yes.
So
Oh, but what about things like, those things that you really can't tell unless you're really with that person all the time? For example, what if that person, you feel like, oh, I didn't know he could be that controlling in that aspect. Now we're
uh,
living with each other, like he really wants it his way. He's not willing to negotiate, or he's not willing to compromise. I didn't
yeah,
realize that about him before. Or for like certain habits, oh, I didn't realize that he's kind of disorganized. Not Dr. Shigaki, I'm sure he's not that way,
he
but
is
I'm
very
saying,
organized.
yeah,
I
but
am.
I'm saying, like on day to day, when you're living together now, do you feel like you've experienced things that you feel like, oh, I didn't realize, there are things that perhaps I don't appreciate so much. I wish I knew earlier.
Uh, there will be always a few things that we might be not knowing earlier, and then we
Yeah.
come to know. Like, Toshiro doesn't laugh often,
Right.
open heartedly. Like, such things are there, but that's always there, in a person. There is no such thing like a perfect man or like
Right.
that.
Okay.
So he doesn't laugh a lot, and that doesn't bother me, or like, and we are not controlling also. Like, we
Right.
never try to control over each other.
Yeah.
Um, he might have certain things to do, and that's okay, and I never try to change him, or like,
Oh.
and he doesn't try to change me in any ways.
Oh.
There are few things that he says, like, certain habits, or that he would tell me, he would explain to me in a very nice way, like, I think that this is not healthy habit, and like that, and he doesn't do. I mean, I would change it.
Okay.
And same thing with my husband. Like he loves fried foods, and
He
so I
loves
tell him
what? I'm
no,
sorry.
please.
He loves
Fried,
oh
all
fried
kinds of
food.
fried
Yes,
food,
yes, yes.
oily, fried, fried foods. So
Yeah.
I would try to tell him, no, please don't do this. It's not
Okay.
healthy.
Yeah.
So and he changes that.
Okay. He understands you.
He
It's not like
understands.
you want to control him. It's more about you
Mhm.
care about his health and you want him to live longer
Yes,
and be there for you guys, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So my husband and wife are both friends. Actually. So we always remain a friend. Then there is no problem at all.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
so did you talk to each other about your roles and what marriage will look like when you do get married? Did you talk about that during your emails and talk about whether you feel like we're right for each other because we can see each other, we will, the other person wants what I want, so do you talk about
Uh,
what that would
no,
look like?
we never had such kind of what is called demands, or I don't know how to say it in a subtle way. But we never had such kind of thoughts that, like, oh, you have to be like this and I want you to be like this. Such things would always lead to all kinds of problems.
Okay. No,
Yeah,
but
so
I mean, I understand what you're saying, but what I was thinking is more like, did you talk about what you expect a marriage to look like? What he was hoping marriage would look like in his mind?
no, like we never spoke about this marriage. We just got
Okay.
married. We knew each other, and like uh, we didn't have such kind of talks, like, I want he will be like this, or his role will be like this. It Everything happened naturally.
Okay. Like no discussion required. You just
Yeah, we didn't discuss so much, like certain things I knew him, and we always had the same kind of thoughts. He would tell me, like, if you want to work, you can work, or if you don't want to work, please go ahead and stay at home, and
oh,
whatever you want, you do that.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so he never tries to dominate me, or I never try to dominate. So,
Okay.
and we never discussed any anything about how we will be, and
Okay. But
he
then
accepts me he accepts me the way I am, and
okay.
I accept him the way he is. So I
Okay.
don't
So who does the dishes at home?
uh, uh he does it as well as I also do.
Yeah.
we both
Okay. So how
we
do you
both
know? Do you take turns? Do you talk? Did you or you just when whoever has time?
Usually I insist that I do the dishes,
Yeah.
because I love doing the dishes.
Oh.
And I tell him, don't take my work, because I want to do all
Yeah.
this work. And now I'm not working, so I said I will do the dishes and I'll do the certain works.
Oh.
You should not do all this thing. But he always, when things are lying around, he doesn't wait for me to do it. He will
Oh.
do it. He'll
Yeah.
just
He would just
uh,
do it. If he
clean
wants something done, he gets it done.
Yeah, he cleans it and he does it.
Okay. He won't tell you like he won't sort of like being passive aggressive or being confrontational to tell you like, hey, something is in the sink, something dirty, or you're not doing a good job, or he won't say
Yeah,
things like that.
no, he doesn't do that.
Oh, that's
That's
wonderful.
like he manages to find time and clean the dishes if I just,
Oh,
if I'm very much tired. And not just that, when I'm very tired, like when I go out somewhere and I come back very tired,
yeah.
he understands that I am tired and he does all the work. I will
Oh,
say, oh, wait, I'll do something. And then he'll say, no, 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 you sit down. I'll
oh
do.
my gosh. I
Yeah,
love
so
it. Oh, so he's not, he doesn't have a big ego, right? He doesn't feel like, well, I've been working, I'm making money, so I shouldn't have to do
Oh,
anything.
no, definitely
Oh,
not. He
good.
doesn't have that ego.
Yeah.
And men should, it's about what is it called, husband and wife are like, two wheels,
Yes.
in heart. And one can't one should work together, you see, not
Yes.
like having ego and being
Right. Yes.
angry at each other. No.
Yes. I
In
agree.
fact, he never shouted at me, never
Oh my.
screamed at me. And
Oh.
that's what I wanted in a person.
Yes.
Like I wanted a husband who would be like, who would never ever scold me, who would
Yeah.
never shout at me. And
Yeah.
he
Oh.
say it in he if he wants me to do something, he will say it in a very
Yes.
subtle way, like, if you have time, please do this.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful. Like,
Yeah.
but
So,
see, like those are the things. How do you know he won't? How did you trust that he will not scold you and you won't run into that kind of problem without, see, that's what I'm trying to say, is because a lot of Americans in this culture
yeah,
and even in other countries, right, they believe
yeah,
in living together before
yeah,
marriage. So
yes,
the thing that they would say, the reason they would give is like, well, how do I know we can actually coexist without issues, without practicing it or without trying it out? But you never did that. But how come, so where did that trust come
you
from and
you
how
come
did you
to
know?
know you
Mhm.
come to know through a very subtle things, like even the way the person opens the door or
Yeah,
slams the door, you can know whether the person is violent or not, you know
right. Okay.
you can know very well how the person is approaching something, or just going, just by walking, or just like opening a door or something. You can know that the person, how what kind of person would that be, like,
Okay.
there are very subtle signs, you see. I don't know how
Yes.
to exactly explain, but certain body language and
Mhm.
some way of talking, and how, and when we met for the first time, the way he handled me, the way he spoke to me,
Mhm.
uh, it really made me understand that this is the right person, and I would really would be lucky if he proposes me.
Yes. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Yeah. That's amazing. I think you're just incredibly brilliant and you really look at those little things, but you don't let other things to sway you. Once you notice little things,
Yeah.
you don't allow them to continue.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I think a lot of women,
Yeah. Yeah.
they, even though they notice little things that they didn't like, but because
Yeah.
they like the guy so much, or
Yes,
the
that's true.
prospect of, oh, getting married to this guy so much, they
Yeah.
just kind of like bury it, you
Yes,
know,
that's
or
true.
they ignore it and they pretend they never seen it. I mean, I've done it too. I mean, I totally have done that. And
Oh, yes.
I just think you're just so incredibly brilliant and wise. Like not only you notice those things, but you use those little things to help you decide. You don't just ignore them.
No, this happened because I had a certain bad relation, and that's how I learned it in that way.
Right.
Because I decided that I'll never make such mistakes by choosing
Okay.
wrong kind of person.
Yes.
In the past, I had a certain very bad relation, so that's how you learn
Yeah.
and you see that, oh, this person is the right one.
Okay. But then, okay, there's also the, in the back of your mind, don't you feel scared because you're always spotting little things? Then don't you feel like, well, maybe my standards are way too high. No one is
Yeah.
perfect. And then what am I supposed to do? Like I can't just
Yes.
like, oh, here's a little thing, there's a little thing. I'm just gonna not date any of these people with little things, you know?
Yes. No, I wasn't so picky. I wasn't picky at all. Though
Okay.
I was a little bit stubborn, but at that time I just wanted to, move on and get married, and
Yeah.
and I was going through that age, like I was in 27. Back then in India, it was like big problem. My cousins used to got married at the age of 18 or so. So
Yeah.
I was nearly 27.
Hmm.
So I was quite worried that, oh, what would happen if I don't get married. And
Yeah.
so I met few people,
Hmm.
a few, guys, and
Yeah.
it it didn't go well,
Yeah.
because certain things, what I used to do was
Hmm.
I would imagine that person married to me,
Yes.
and having I have kids. And if when I imagine such a thing, I would feel very much repulsed. Like
Oh,
I hated that very thought. Like, something happened in my mind.
yeah. Okay.
So I would say, no, not this guy. And
Okay.
then, yeah, so I would always think in that way, like,
Okay.
who this person will be, yeah, how in the next step, how would he be,
Okay.
uh, how would he behave, and then it would just like I would feel so disgusted that I would stop right then
Okay.
itself.
Okay. But then that means you don't let your the chemistry to decide. You I don't know, you use other imagery. But
Yeah,
typically, do you usually already have chemistry or you don't have chemistry at all with those men whom you find repulsive?
uh, no, I didn't have any chemistry with them, not at
Okay.
all. I didn't find like one of the guy was there whom I really liked, and I thought that, oh, maybe this person is good. But then he was thinking he just wanted to keep on dating, and I said, no, I don't want to do that, and
Yeah.
I stopped right then. So that's how you
You're
need.
so strong. You're able to just stop, whenever you feel like this is not right fit, you would just
Yes,
stop it.
you should stop then, or else it will give problem in future. Because
Right.
that's what happened with me in the past. I had
Okay.
a bad relation,
Yes.
and that's why I wanted such thing not to repeat again. So
Right.
I was careful
Oh,
with my behavior.
that's smart. That's really smart of
Yeah,
you.
one has to get smart, and
Mhm.
choose right uh, life partner.
Yes. I
Yeah.
mean, you chose brilliantly. I it's good that
No,
I've worked with Dr. Shigaki, so I know firsthand everything you were saying. Like,
yeah.
seriously, Dr. Shigaki was a man of integrity.
Yes,
Like,
that's true.
it was like top to bottom, and he walks the walk, and then
Yeah,
he was
that's
a kind person, and he does not like, yeah, I'm your witness. Like, even when you were apart, he was
yeah.
not flirting with other women. He was
Yeah, yeah.
not
I
looking at other
trusted him. You see, I trusted. That trust came. I was I was kind of very suspicious,
women. Yeah.
always suspecting, and always never believed in men.
Yeah.
But this is surprising that,
Oh,
he is such a person. I just got lucky, I would say. That
oh,
I knew that he will never flirt. I knew that.
yeah.
I had faith in him.
Yeah. So you can kind of
and
tell.
and he would also go extra length to make me feel assured that there is
Oh,
no other girl.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's what men in relationship, long distance relationship,
Mm,
men should have that, because women will always feel, little bit
yeah.
suspicious, or even men will feel suspicious. So it
Right.
is up to both partners to make them feel that no, I'm not dating anyone, I'm not seeing other women, I'm
Yeah.
thinking of that. That is up to that person to reassure, that
Yes.
no, I will not.
Oh,
So
you're so wise, Lopa.
no, no,
You know so much.
after burning my fingers, I got a little bit smart. Or lucky, lucky. I got actually more less smart and more lucky, I just got
No,
lucky.
but I think it's because how smart you are and how patient you have been, and then you allow yourself to have the room to finally meet Dr. Shigaki. Had
Yeah,
hung around with men who were not good for you, or
yeah,
who were not going to marry you, they're just
mhm,
enjoying your company and
yeah,
they want to
that's,
use you in some way or another, then
yeah, that's,
then you would have not had the chance to talk to Dr. Shikagi and met him,
yes, that's
met the
true.
right man
That's
for you.
that's
So
true. That's
yeah,
quite
so
true.
we gotta create that space. Whenever someone is just not right, we need to let go, right? Women, we need to
Yes,
really
that's
just
true.
be able to let go and then
Yeah.
create the space for the right man to come into our life.
Yes, yes, that's true.
It's
All
so
one
hard.
has to do. It is hard, to
Yeah,
find a right kind of person. And I was quite naive when I was um before I
yeah,
like long back, I was very much naive. I wouldn't I was very dreamy,
yes,
and like I believed in things so well,
mm,
so easily, very vulnerable.
yes,
So, but with time, I learned that this is wrong. There are such kind of people, wrong kind of people.
yeah,
Once they enter, they will suck your energy. They'll just make your life hell.
yeah,
So one thing is that throw away such a person out of your life.
mm,
Never have them back.
right, right. You're absolutely right. That's
And
incredibly
that's a
wise.
lesson I learned and chose wisely.
Yes, we
Yeah,
really do. Like for our own future, our
yeah,
kids, and it's a long investment. We need to really think
that's
through and be careful. Yeah,
yeah, that's
and you're the perfect example. That's why I really really want to talk to you, because I feel like you
yes,
picked an amazing guy who's not only smart,
yeah.
successful, he is, and he's kind though. He's kind,
He's
and
very kind.
yes, a man of integrity, and he's not a typical, when you see him, he's not the alpha
That's
type of man. Like he's not like
no,
aggressive
no,
or
no,
no, but you know what? Like he showed himself to
yeah,
be a leader. He was
yes,
able to move from country to country, and he was
yes,
able to make things happen for you because he wanted
yes,
to marry you, and he made that
yeah.
happen. And then I remember he was a while back. He was in Africa, New Guinea, right?
Papua New Guinea.
Okay, yes. So you
Papua
guys
New
were
Guinea.
there, right? You moved
Yeah, yes,
there, and he was
yes,
collaborating with
yes,
doing something there incredibly.
yeah,
I don't know the details, but I just know he was doing something there, studying,
yeah,
researching plants or something like
yeah.
that.
He was working there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then you guys moved everybody,
yeah,
you and your kid, to
yes,
all the way to Japan,
yes.
and now
And
he's doing
thankfully,
something. Yeah.
yeah. So
So it just like, I just feel like he has proved himself to be a man of resources, and
yeah,
he gets things done, and he's a,
yes,
a
that's true.
leader kind of man, and
Yeah, that's
also
true.
he's a protector. I remember
Yeah.
I remember there was one time I saw your Facebook post about he saved you when you were like almost drowned.
Ah, yeah, yes. We
Yeah,
went to Bali, and he was working in his hotel room. He was
yeah,
inside the room,
yes,
and he was working there, and I just I didn't even, how I dumb of me that I went into the pool thinking that it's just not so
Right.
it's quite shallow, I
Shallow.
thought.
Yeah.
And then I just put my step down and I just started drowning.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And
So you
I
didn't
was
know how
like
to swim.
gasping and like
Oh my
I couldn't
gosh.
shout. And I thought that that was the last day. Like, okay, this is how I'll be dying
Oh my gosh.
now,
I
I
cannot
thought.
imagine.
And then I started going down and then coming back again. And my daughter was also there in the pool.
Yeah.
And I was like scared. Maybe I shouldn't die because I have to live for my daughter.
Yes.
And
Oh
so
my
I was
gosh.
still struggling. And I said, okay, one last time, let me try to go up again. And I tried to go up, and when I came up and I saw him standing there, I couldn't shout, so I made an eye contact,
Yeah.
and I tried to tell him that help me. And he was confused because my daughter was laughing over there.
Oh.
Small, she was very small kid, and she had those floaters, so she
Okay.
was laughing,
Right.
and I was the one who was like
Right.
drowning.
Okay.
So uh, he he it took him a while to understand that I was really drowning. I was not
Okay.
acting or I wasn't making a joke. And then
Okay.
he immediately I put my hands like this, and then he pulled my hand, he pulled
Oh.
me by my hands, and he saved me. Like he is my real hero,
Yes.
I would say.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so
It's
he
all
saved
because
me that day.
yeah, it's all because you picked a good man and the right
Yeah,
man.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yes,
He's a really a very wonderful
he really is.
person, and
Yeah.
never shouts at me or never gets violent. And that's the great thing,
Yes.
good thing about finding a right kind of person.
Yes.
So definitely, women should choose a man who really respects her.
Yes.
That's very important.
Yes.
Love and chemistry, yeah, those things are also important.
Hmm.
The most important thing is that the man should really respect the woman.
Yes.
It will make your life very happy.
Yes. I agree.
And
Yes.
really,
Oh, that is so wonderful.
yeah,
I feel so good
you
having talking to you, like hearing about your love story
he-
makes me feel just yeah.
yeah,
That
when he proposed me,
yeah.
the time when he said that he wants to get married to me, I really felt like myself floating in air,
Oh
and that feeling, uh, it's not, I'm not making it up or something.
yes.
I really felt like I was really floating. The
Yes.
whole world, I can see the whole world, like I was flying high.
Oh
That's how
my
I,
gosh.
that feeling,
Oh, you're
it's
gonna make me cry. Oh, I love it. Yeah. Oh
it's
my
so
goodness. Oh,
really, that was, at that time I felt like, oh, all my troubles are over, and I know that I have found a right person.
yeah.
When he proposed me, I really was floating there in the, I was among the clouds,
Oh,
Yeah, and the location was really good, the location where he proposed me was like, it's an ancient excavation site
yeah.
called Lothal.
Oh,
And
oh my
that day,
gosh. That's
that day
perfect.
that day what happened was, uh, we went by train to
Mhm.
Lothal,
Yeah.
and it was, the station name was Lothal Burki.
Hmm.
So I thought that, oh, maybe the next station will be Lothal, and
Yeah.
this is Lothal Burki. Next will be the Lothal.
Yes.
So and somebody told, no, 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 this is Lothal. You have to get down here. So, I was in my high heels, and
Oh.
to impress him, of course. So when I got down, I um, I knew how to get down out of the running trains.
Yes.
When the train is running, you have to get down and then run a little bit
Hmm.
to keep with the motion.
Okay.
But Toshiro didn't know that, and
Okay.
when he got down,
Yeah.
he fell.
Oh.
He fell and very bad.
Oh,
He had bruises.
oh my gosh.
And I thought that he will get up and say, "That's it. I'm done with you," and something like he will scold me or something.
Yeah.
So I went and said, "Oh, you should have got down properly," and something like that. I said, and he said, "Yes, yes, it's my fault. Sorry, sorry, it's my fault." That's
Oh.
he was saying, like, he was being so sweet, and the rest of the people were like getting angry. Hey, girl, why didn't you take care of your guest properly? Something like that. And I was
Oh,
like,
really?
so, so guilty.
Yeah.
And when we got on the rickshaw, and when I saw him, he was like smiling and looking at me. So I felt like, oh, he's not angry at me, thank God.
Oh. Yeah.
I thought he would get up and get angry at me and say, "Hey, this is it. I am done with you. You are making, you made me fall," or something like that. But
Oh, but
he
he
was very
didn't.
sweet.
Yeah. He's that
And
kind of man. Yeah.
mm,
It doesn't. It's very. It's actually very rare for Asian men to not do
yeah,
that because
true. Yeah, that's
that's
true.
Asian
That's
culture is more like we assign blames, you know.
yeah,
Yeah, and then but so he's very very rare for an Asian guy.
really,
Yeah.
really, he was really good.
Yes.
And when when he proposed me, that's why I felt very good.
Oh.
I was happy that I was forgetting things. You see, it was
Yes.
not. I used to forget my keys and
Yes.
my bags, and I'd be thinking like, oh. And one time he even asked me, "Oh, what are you thinking?" And I said, "Oh, no, no, I'm just thinking about my work." I lied to him that, "Oh no, I'm thinking about my work." But I was like so much, you know, into him, and I
Yeah.
really wanted him to propose me.
Oh.
So when he came to India, I didn't feel so much, but once I met him, and
Yeah.
the way he spoke to me, I
Oh.
felt that I would be really lucky if he proposes to me.
Yes. Oh my god, that sounds so amazing.
Yeah,
Oh, I love it. Oh my god, thank you so much for sharing all
yeah.
this with me.
Thank you
Yeah, this
for
is really
talking with me.
yeah, no, I mean this is very, very helpful. And I think I wish more women would have that kind of wisdom the way you do, and then the kind of patience and we really need to believe in ourselves, right? Really
True.
need to know that we deserve better if,
Better.
if
That's
we're
true.
not with someone who's really, really who treats us really, really well with
Yeah.
respect, like you said.
Yeah.
Right,
Respect
respect
is
is
very important.
the biggie, the big part.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
I agree
true.
with you. Yeah. Oh
It
my
was nice remembering things with you, about how we used to email. It's been a long time.
god. Yes, it's been a while. Yeah, and it's so hard. I so wish you guys can come back to the US and, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. I
Uh,
mean,
uh, you know, maybe someday, when my daughter sees this video, maybe she'll understand like what kind of
yes, yes.
appreciate.
Yeah, she has a very not only she has a brilliant father, but she has a brilliant mother. And you and
I
your
would.
artwork, oh my gosh, I just
Oh,
think you're so talented. How
thank
did you
you.
know that you're so were you doing this before?
Uh, that was the only thing that I did very well. Actually, I wasn't so much interested in my studies, and
Yeah.
I loved to paint pictures. So painting, sketching was one of the. I used to sketch a lot, and but this happened suddenly over just 1 or 2 years. Like when I was in 10th grade,
Yes.
that's when I started getting interested in painting. And uh, I really wanted to join painting college, and I joined. I finished my degree in painting,
Yeah.
and I love to do that. Like a whole day, if I just sit in one room and keep painting, I would do that.
Mhm.
So during the lockdown, I didn't have any problem. I
Oh,
love.
that's great. That is great. And I'm sure, that also helps a man to respect you even more when a woman has her own passion and she has a talent, she's good at something, and
Yeah, that's true.
she has a focus. She's able to express herself in an
Yeah, that's
artistic
true.
way,
Yeah,
be
that's
creative. Yeah.
yeah.
And so during the lockdown, you guys weren't getting on each other's nerves
Yeah.
and arguing.
No,
No, like you manage your own things, continue to manage your own things, your own interests.
yes, we he would go upstairs and do his work, and I would be like doing my work, and uh, whatever decision, like he would always talk to me, so
Yes.
we have such conversation also. Like he would do his work, I would do mine, and then we would talk with each other
Oh,
about certain thing. And I always ask him, like anything, any small things, I would always ask him, hey, shall I do this, shall I do that? Is it
oh,
okay?
that's wonderful. So
And
you
he,
also
and he said,
respect. You also give him a lot of respect.
yeah, yeah. I really respect him a lot. And
Oh,
of course, there are certain things that we say when we are angry or
yes,
like that, but that doesn't mean that we don't love each other or like that.
yes, yes,
Yeah, small things like closing the door, any small things, where to keep things. There will be some disagreements, but one doesn't have to argue or
yes,
fight with each other for that.
yes. I agree with
Le-
that. Yeah,
One just let go,
yeah.
one time, two times, three times we say, and then if it doesn't happen, then just let go, not
Okay,
not
really? You can
fight.
just let go.
Yeah, I don't fight, or we don't fight with each other. We don't
Oh,
say like, oh, you should do this, or
yeah.
try to dominate.
Also, you really don't try to change each other at all. Like if it's
No, no.
something, even if it's something that you really want to happen, but if once, twice, three times it doesn't happen, you pretty much just like that doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't say too much things like
Oh,
he doesn't do that a lot, but
yeah,
I sometimes I tell him, no, you should do this, like that. I tell him strictly that,
yeah.
and he listens also. So
So he listen. He won't immediately feel like you are trying to control him.
no, no, he doesn't.
Okay. Okay.
And I also don't try to tell him too many things, like
Yes.
uh, do this or do that,
Yeah.
wear this, and so on. I don't try to change him too much.
Yes. But you only, if there's anything, you only want to change him for the greater good of the relationship or for
Yeah,
for his own benefit. It's
yeah, that,
never for your own benefit, right?
yeah, that's true. That's
Okay. That's
and
wonderful.
yeah,
Oh my gosh, you guys have a beautiful relationship and a
yeah,
beautiful
that's
family, and you both inspire me so much, and I've just
true.
been looking up to you guys all this time,
Oh,
and you made me feel like I want to, in the future, I want a relationship, I want a marriage just like yours, because it's just
oh,
so harmonious
no,
and
for definitely you will get your perfect thing, and
yeah.
yeah. You are so pretty, you
Oh, thank
definitely, you will find a lot of choices, so don't worry, you will get it.
I just have to learn to be patient like what you did. Right.
Yeah, and really try to look for the small
Yes.
things, small signs, that,
Yes.
like I told you, when someone is banging the door, or someone is like, opening the way they are entering, or even the way they are walking, you can know that this person is
Yes.
very odd or not right person. Violence will be shown in some way, you see.
Yes.
So,
I
yeah.
agree. Yeah. I love it. I've learned so much from you,
Oh,
Lopa.
no.
Thank you so much. It's just
It's
super informative, and I've been wanting to do this for a long time because I've always wanted to know, all the little details and your secret. And I now I know everything. I respect you even more, and I admire you
uh,
even more just because it sounds like you knew what you were doing. It didn't just happen. You
yeah.
knew what you were looking for, and you
Yes,
knew you deserved better.
yes.
Yes, and you respected
Uh,
yourself, and you respected the man in your life.
that's
Yeah.
I'm just I got lucky, and I found
You're so
this
humble.
right kind of person. Uh,
Oh,
you know,
that's
I
amazing. Well,
woman has to think very carefully when choosing a good person.
yes,
I'm not saying that what I experienced is right or wrong, because I'm not a expert in this relationship, or but it worked for me, and so I'm just saying this, and it could be,
you're
it
so
could
wise. Yes,
be
you're so
right or
wise. You
wrong.
didn't need to be an expert. You already knew. It was like inherently just in you. You just know, yeah, what you needed, and you went after, and you won't. Yeah, you did not allow other thing to sway you
Yeah, that's
for less for what's not good enough for you.
may
So
work or may not work for other women, or so they have to choose, they have to be very careful,
yeah,
learn from the mistakes made in the past, and
yes, I
not
agree. I so
try
agree.
not to.
I I love everything you've said, and then I feel like you've focused on the most important things when it
Yeah,
comes to having a beautiful, healthy, happy marriage. I
yeah,
think
that's
you focus definitely on the right things.
yeah, that's right.
So
So
yes. Well, thank you so much,
thank you.
Lopa.
So
So beautiful.
wonderful talking to you. And
Yes.
Toshiro said hi to you, and
Oh, thank you, thank you. Please
sorry
tell
that
him
he
I said
is
hi.
not been able to do much about this thing. So he was just talking about that.
Oh yeah, no, it's fine. It was just
Uh,
an idea. I have like crazy ideas all the time, and whenever
wow.
I have
Yeah, that's
ideas, I start like
wonderful.
get all excited and I start asking people.
Wow, that's nice. You're thinking so much different things. So that's amazing.
No, they might not even happen, but
No,
it was
that
an
doesn't.
idea.
That doesn't. It's good to try. That's
Yeah,
that's the great thing.
yeah.
You are
It's good
doing.
to dream. So yeah. Well,
Yeah,
it's so nice meeting you, Lopa. I treasure
yeah,
the
and it's so
experience.
nice talking to you. It's like I have been talking to you since like a long lost friend.
Yes, yes.
I
We have to do this again. Like I have to learn more from you. I feel like you're just so wise. I just feel like most women can learn. Definitely there's things we can learn from you. And
and,
yeah, and you're
that's
a
very, you are being very kind in
no,
that
I'm
way.
not. I'm not. I'm not. So
Cannot say
I
more about.
say the truth, and I try my best to say exactly what I want to say. So
Yeah,
to be transparent.
that's amazing. That's
So
really.
I really, really do admire you and respect you, and I respect your beautiful relationship. And so I hope more women, including me, we can benefit
Oh,
from
you will
your
find.
wisdom and everything that you know and everything you've been through. So
You are
thank you
such a
so
good
much.
person. You will definitely get a good
Thank you.
person in your life.
Thank you so
Okay,
much.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for
Have
your
a nice day.
time, Lopa. I truly appreciate it. I know we like I changed so many things and this is the first time I've done Zoom. So
Me
thank you
too.
for being so patient and kind with me.
Thank you. You are also. It's nice talking to you.
Very
Yeah.
nice talking to you.
So,
Oh, and I don't know if you celebrate Christmas, but happy
yeah.
holidays.
Thank you so much. Actually, today is my daughter's birthday, so I'll
Oh my gosh, so happy birthday to your daughter.
yeah. So
Oh, wow, she's a little miracle baby.
yeah,
Yes,
that's true. You know, it's really miracle.
yes,
I I
yes.
got at that age. You know, I got a daughter. That's an amazing thing.
You got what? I'm sorry.
I was quite old. At that time
Oh,
uh,
okay.
when I got my daughter, and in the past I had suffered from tuberculosis.
Okay.
So it affects in, I don't know, some doctors said that it affects in childbirth or something like that, having
Oh,
children or something.
okay.
And mm, quite surprisingly, I just had it naturally and I got a
Yeah.
daughter.
She's a very blessed and lucky girl because she has two amazing role models, and just
I,
she has
I
functional, healthy parents who will guide her in
yeah.
everything she does. So she's very, very blessed.
She loves her daddy. She loves to uh,
Yes,
uh,
I can tell.
like
Yeah.
and of course she loves me also, but
Yes.
she looks up to her.
Oh, yeah, that's the important thing.
Yeah,
That's why she's so lucky. It's
yeah,
good to be a daddy's girl, then
yeah,
she knows even better when she grows up. She knows like she does not accept anybody less than her daddy.
yeah.
Right.
That's
Yes.
that's
So
true.
thank you for
Yeah,
allowing
thank
me to
you.
interview you and
Nice,
talk to you.
nice talking to you.
Yes,
And
happy
always, you are always welcome to. We can always chat.
Yes, please.
So,
I will love that. I would really
yeah.
love that. Thank you so much. And
Thank you.
happy
Thank you.
birthday again to your daughter.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I will
Thank
tell
you.
her
Thank you.
your wishes, birthday wishes. Thank you.
All right. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank
Happy
you for
holidays to
watching.
you too. Merry Christmas and enjoy your
Our
person
celebration, family time, right?
family time. That's true.
Yes. All right. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you. Bye.